Hello and welcome this morning. If you are wanting to deepen your personal relationship with God and recognize the living love and support that God is pouring out to you and learn how to receive that into your body so your body can heal and change and experience more resiliency. And if you'd like to really understand how your challenges are actually an imperative part of your divine purpose, then you are in the right place. Welcome this morning to the InBodied Participation Practices. My name is Adrienne Engel, and I am your guide for learning how to deepen your relationship with God and to access the living and loving support so that you can use it as a superpower to be an effective reconciler in your life. For this practice, if this is your first time here with me, you want to take a moment and look into the description box below. There is going to be a handout that is essentially the roadmap of this class, and it'll go through the 4 parts, and so then you can see how I'm navigating through the class. You want to go ahead and click on that and print that out if you don't have it. I also have workbooks available. I have 90-day workbooks that have both the morning practice and the evening practice and the rest practice all together in a 90-page format so that it's really easy. You can keep everything together. But if you don't live near here, if you just want to print it out on your own, you can go ahead and grab the PDF and print it out right at your house. The workbooks here are $40, and I can always plus shipping if you need me to ship it to you. Okay, so we begin practice. For a class, you're going to want to have a few different color pens. You're going to want to have your actual workbook pages or a journal, and you also want to grab, let me grab mine. You want to grab an index card. I use index cards that I can carry with me into the day because as you sit in this practice, you're going to get really clear insights, number one, on the support that God is providing you through the day. And the second thing you're going to get is very clear steps on how the invitational steps of how do you actually relate to the challenge that you are facing today. I'm sorry, I'm going to sneeze, in Christ. And so it's helpful to have that written down in a format that you bring into your day so that when you then come back to the evening practice, you have a list of, okay, here's what my invitation was, and then how did I do on that? How challenging or stuff all over me. How challenging or how easy was that? And then I'm bringing that back to God. So I'm staying in this loop with Christ as I move through my day, so that I can continually be bringing my broken edges, my rough edges, my challenges back into this experience of being held in Christ's love. So once you get your index card, your journal, and your few different color pens, and a comfortable place to sit, we're going to be here for about 50 minutes to an hour. Let's begin together this morning. Let's begin. So we begin our time together in the same way that we're invited to begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, and that is to first pause and take a moment to recognize how you are connected to and supported by the place where you are seated. Go ahead and take a moment to notice, how is your body held by your seat this morning? Let's look inside and notice that together. And as you are noticing how you are held by the place where you are seated, we're invited to take a moment to notice which part of your body feels the most held by your seat. You want to write that down into your journal, your body part. And then we're going to refresh our brain's awareness of that area. We're saying, here is where I am already supported. We're letting our brain see that living support. We're letting our brain see that body part that is supported. And we're allowing another minute for our body to absorb that experience of being supported. And then we're moving into, what does that quality of support feel like to you? Take a moment, notice. Does it feel like softness? Does it feel like stability? Take a moment and notice, what does that quality of support feel like to you this morning? So we want to take a moment, and you're going to get your second pen color. I usually use red as my second color, so I can go back and see what it is that God is providing, and what it is that the intuition I'm getting from God's living presence and love. So I usually will circle that quality of support. This is the start of God's living medicine for you today. This changes at every moment as we move through our day. There's something very specific and intimate that's being offered to you. So you want to circle that. And we're saying, this is God's living love. This is God's gift to me. This belongs to me in this moment. So take a moment, and you're going to let your brain recognize that. And then we want to give the body another minute to really absorb that, to take that in. This is God's living gift to me. This is the key that's going to open the doors to the path that you are on in Christ, with Christ. This living love is the key that unlocks that and lets you move further down that divine path. And now, from this place of being supported in this living love, which gives us more capacity to be present, we're then invited to notice, what is the challenge that we are each facing today? What is the challenge that is heavy on your heart? Maybe repeating in your mind with a loud volume, or maybe happening in your life. What is happening for you? And then you want to take a moment and you're going to look at, again, the quality of that living support. And you're just holding yourself in that. So I am in this practice, the space for both the divine support that God is providing me and bringing my living, worldly, broken challenge into that support so that they can become one. Now, God's living love does not overpower and push away your challenge. God brings in your challenge. God fortifies you to stand in that challenge in a love so that something new begins to happen on earth here as it is in heaven. So you're looking at the challenge you are facing today is your part that you are bringing to Christ. That is part of your purpose that you're bringing in to then receive the mystery of the divine and do it in a new, fresh way on earth as it is in heaven. So when you look at that challenge this morning, you're saying, this challenge, this belongs to me. This is my part that I'm bringing home to God. This belongs to me because I get to learn how to bring this fully home to God's love in practice here this morning. Okay, so now we're going to be going in and really becoming clear about how does this challenge show up in your full embodied experience. So we're going to go through how it shows up in your mind and in your speech and your behavior and all of the things. Again, these are on the worksheet, which is very helpful to have so that you can see. So we start first with, and this is the cringy part of practice. If you can get through these next questions and just go with it and be as honest and as vulnerable as you can, then you're able to bring yourself fully home to God to let all of yourself receive this living love. So go ahead and start with, how does your mind see you in this challenge today? What does your mind see? What's the imagery that you see? And what are the thoughts you hear your mind thinking as you are facing into this challenge? Go ahead and fill that out in your workbook now, or on your work page. And how do you normally speak about this challenge? What do you find yourself saying to your friends, to your acquaintances, and maybe to your family, and maybe to yourself? Or maybe you're not able to really talk about it. Take a moment and notice what happens for you around how do you voice the fact that you are facing this challenge today. And how do you normally behave in the face of this challenge? Do you move towards it, try to wrestle and wrangle it into submission? Do you find yourself running to some coping mechanisms, doing everything but being in relationship with this challenge? Do you find yourself paralyzed, maybe not sure what to do? Or are you able to, in the moment, hear God's living direction and receive God's living love and capacity to face into it and respond to it with that love? Take a moment and notice, how do you move into this challenge? You want to take a moment and notice, what are the emotions that are evoked, the emotions that come up. You're going to write them in your journal, but then there's a little diagram, and you want to see if you can draw, where do you feel them come up, and what do they feel like? What is the quality of sensation? Is it like a temperature? How fast and pace does it move? Think of your experiences like little unique fireworks. Your emotions are like little unique fireworks. And you want to be able to draw on the body diagram where those actually travel within your system. Let's go ahead and notice that and write it down together. And you want to take a moment and notice, how does your breathing respond to this challenge? And in the past, when you faced a challenge like this, how was that for you? Okay, so I'm sorry, in the future, as you see this challenge present with you today, what does it make you think is going to happen in the future? Now you're going to change your pen color to the second color. Now you have fully named your vulnerable human brokenness. Now we're going to bring this into being interwoven in Christ's living love, and then notice what is presented to and through you. So we begin by refreshing our awareness of that living support that is coming right through the place where you are seated. You want to go ahead and check back in with where you're feeling that now. Notice how that has shifted after you have been able to really name what is present for you. And then you want to read your challenge, and you're just holding yourself in this offering of Christ's love, and notice what you become aware of. We're going to hold each of the questions for about 2 minutes and give our body time to really take in the mystery of God's living love, to be intertwined with the place where we feel the challenge. Then you want to take a moment and hold, how does your mind see this challenge? And you're letting your mind be held in this living love. So you're holding your brain. As you read back through how your mind does it, you want to see if you can feel, where does that subtle pressure or aliveness happen in your brain? And just tenderly hold that. And you want to write down what it is that you notice. You want to take and hold your neck and your throat, and you're holding how you have, where have you've used your voice around this challenge, and just really letting that be held in God's living love and support. And you want to take a moment and hold your collarbones for how you have behaved. And you want to write down what you become aware of as you are holding how you have behaved. Then you want to hold, where do your emotions come alive with this one? You're going to just hold where you experience that, how your body is working to experience that in God's living love. And then you're holding your breath, holding your lungs and your heart with in the way that you have been evoked to breathe. So you might be having like an anxious breath, or maybe you hold your breath. For me on this one, I was holding my breath in the face of this challenge. And so you're just really holding your sweet little lungs because they have endured so much with you. And then you're noticing yourself in the past. Sorry, that's my vacuum. So you're now able to really hold, this is the support that is being provided to you. As you are held in this way, you're able to experience your challenge in a slightly more fresh way, a little bit more embodied with Christ. And you want to take a moment and notice, we're going to turn ourselves to the heart of God. We're saying, how do you want me to respond to this challenge in your love, in your peace, and in your grace? Take a moment and notice. And you want to take a moment and you're going to grab your index card and you're going to fill out what are the main points that you're bringing with you into your day today as you're being invited to step into this, facing into this challenge in Christ. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and move into our day, um, doing our best to follow the intuition and slow down enough to receive the living love at each moment. This is a relationship and an embodied conversation with God throughout the day, so I can feel how my intensity rises up, and I can feel God rising up to meet me and help me settle, get clear, take the next step. I'll feel another intensity rise up, feel God rise up to meet me, and another settle. So this is the rhythm of our day, that we can learn how to really be receiving at this level in our actual actions of the day. Also, feel free to check out I have just uploaded the evening practices. Those are on there. They're about 20 to 30 minutes each night. That's going to help you to check back in with how you did, receiving what went well, receiving the biochemistry of that, so that your system can find its way down into a settled state and rest in a state of sleeping deeply and being restored and renewed. That's on every single night. I do that live at 9 o'clock. If you want to join that live, you can click in the link in the box below and register for that, to do that live. Or you can just catch them on YouTube the day behind, because I'll upload them in the morning from the day before. But you can always just do them the last day if you want. So anyways, it's my honor to be here with you. Also, we have on the second week of September, the second Saturday of September, we have a live group practice here together. You're welcome to join. That's $125. It's from 10 until 1 Eastern Standard Time here at my home. And you're certainly welcome to come. If you can also join us on video chat with that, we'll have a video chat going so you can be with the group. And that is recorded, so if you can't make it but you want to join, you can also just do that so you can get access to that later. All right, it's my honor to be here with you, and it's my great honor to be walking with my living Jesus Christ, who leads me into this narrow path that opens up God's potential for my life and purpose for my life. I hope that you are experiencing the same connection with your divine, and that's it. I hope you have an excellent day. Take care.